Peace, family. What's good with y'all? Happy Sunday to everybody. Hope everybody is having a good day. We're out doing some shopping, and I decided that I'm going to do this video. And I wanted to talk about something I think is very important. I haven't talked on this in a long time in the way that I'm going to talk about it, but I think it's important to state that a society that is not a purpose-driven society is a society that is very problematic. A family, a institution, any body of people or individual that is in existence and is not purpose-driven will have problems. And let me tell you what purpose-driven is. It means that you're doing something that you love, you're happy with that thing, and despite the ups and downs in it, you're focused and you maintain energy and effort in that particular field or career or thing that you're doing. And so another language for this, if you're dealing with science, is to have scientific method. What that method does is it allows for you to refine your hypothesis about how something is happening or how to do something so that you get very good results in carrying out that thing. In religion, it's called God-centered or spiritual-centered reality, where you have a pivot that is always the way that you vet things and make your major decisions in life. Okay, so purpose-driven, using scientific method, and being God-centered are very similar when you refine those things out of opinion into a reality. And so a lot of people who maybe even be around me think that you develop your purpose by getting a birth chart reading or maybe some cartomancy or any of those things. Those things are absolutely not necessary. They are cheat codes, not necessary. Do you know how many human beings who have lived, who have been on purpose and never knew what a birth chart, cartomancy, any type of reading, tarot, none of that. None of that is necessary. What is necessary are nature's laws. And nature's laws are easy to understand. So let me give you some guidance on this if you think that this can help you. The first two things you need to develop your purpose are patience and discipline. Patience is not tolerance. Patience is directly connected to knowing how to breathe. Might sound strange, but if you try it, you will see. And breathing gives you the ability to relax. And relaxed minds do not perceive reality. Patient minds do not perceive reality like impatient people. The next thing you're going to need is discipline. And the one area that refines discipline the best is how you take care of your temple, your health. And so if you can have a very good discipline about how you care for your body, and if you can learn to breathe and be a patient person, you have accomplished almost all the things that you need to be in your purpose, because the rest is just experimentation, finding out what you like, finding out the things that you do very proficiently based on characteristics or attributes that you might have. And having a family, an individual, a society that is developing their purpose nullifies other things that are major problems. I was having a conversation with one of the children this morning, and he was upset because his sister got something that he didn't have. And my conversation to him was, one, you don't get to get something every time your sister gets something, because you get things and your sister doesn't get it. All right. And you have to learn to appreciate what you have, because when you appreciate things, you're thankful. You have a thankful spirit. And unfortunately, what we don't know is that being on purpose is a system. And this is why I compared it to a scientific method. You can want to be on purpose and not know how, and act like you know how. You can fake it. And so being thankful for what you have and appreciation puts you in a mindset of not feeling entitled. And this is a major thing that is cultivated in children mainly through parents who don't know how to parent. And you not knowing how to do something and taking the spirit of appreciation is appreciating guidance where you might be flawed, with an opportunity to experiment and change the trajectory of yourself and how you parent. That's just one example. And so when I was talking to him, he got it instantly. And I made him repeat, what does appreciation mean? It means to be thankful for what you have. And then we talked about jealousy and what jealousy is. Jealousy is simply you feeling entitled to something that somebody else has. And jealousy has many faces. Jealousy can come as a student. People do this to me in the tribe all the time. They feel entitled to speak something that only I discovered without sourcing me. Like if I read a book or I source something in a book, I have books, right? If I have a book and I'm quoting another author that discovered something or whatever, I'm going to source the author. So I know exactly what happens when people feel entitled to using me in that respect. I know what that's about. And this is something that our people do a lot because they don't respect. They really don't know what respect is or have a high level of respect for certain things. They know what consequences are, and reacting to consequences is not respect. It's not. It's fear. Okay? So you're not going to go quote some person that can sue you because of the consequence of what could possibly happen. But maybe you think I won't sue you. All right. And so entitlement is a very dangerous thing because it automatically puts you in the category of lack of appreciation, automatically switches over to a jealous-hearted person. And then all kind of other factors coming in. And so how do we get to purpose? Go back. Learn to breathe. Most of us breathe through our necks and our chests. You should be breathing from your abdomen. And the reason you should breathe from your abdomen is because it relaxes all of the organs in that area that are smooth muscle organs, meaning they don't necessarily contract like muscles do. All right, they're smooth muscles. And so they're connected to your nervous system in a certain way. And if your nervous system is pinged to be out of the relaxed state of brainwave, those organs are going to experience stress. So people who are not in their purpose often experience high levels of stress, neurotic activity, cannot calm themselves down, go through droughts of depression, anxiety, and all types of mood swings. And it can be masked in different things by them doing different things. And the reason they're experiencing this is because they are not developing their purpose in a way that is healthy. They could be developing their purpose by stealing people's information and repackaging it. All right. There be people who accuse me of stealing. There is no possible way. Let me say this too for the public. There is no possible way you could accuse me of stealing, because the things that I come up with, no one has ever even thought. And if you think that I'm making that up, then just take the biocosmology stuff that we deal with. No one teaches the 5 components and the 5 conditions. Go look for it in health. Like, that is a whole system. You might see me do research on the cytoskeleton, but the way that I am teaching it for the people in the health class, there's nobody's thinking like that. And that is because I have been developing my purpose for almost 3 decades intentionally. And so I'm saying that to say, if you are a person who is full of ideas and other things, you're going to experience the attempts at manipulation, masking other things to get things from you. You're going to experience high levels of entitlement. You're going to experience people not appreciating you. And you have to use the very same things that develop your purpose, patience, okay, and discipline to handle people. Because you're always going to be interacting with a lots of people if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in business or whatever. And so what I want to say to the populace, and this is for all human beings on earth, you will never be satisfied until you get into your purpose, and you can't fake your way there. You're going to be tested constantly. And if you don't have the right systems in place, you're not going to enter your purpose, develop your purpose in a way that is harmonizing to you and peaceful to you. And I see this so much. I see it so often. And this is where the envy and the jealousy and all of the other things come into play. And so I have to also say this, and this is not to demean anyone. Everybody is not a CEO. Everybody's not a CEO. Everybody is not a manager. Some of you are workers, in the sense of you're a part of a team and you make the team successful, but you might not be the guiding force. And in a world that we see purpose mashed through fame and all of the illusory things that we see, we start thinking that we're something that we're not. That's huge. So what you're calling humility is actually appreciation for the gifts that you have and recognition of the gifts that you don't have, and the possibility that you can build those skills in a real way through WORK, work, but work in the right direction. So when you say a God-centered reality, you're talking about a purpose-centered reality. It doesn't mean going to church to find your divinity. That's not how you do that. You actually have to be in an environment and in a system that can help you cultivate those particular things. And this is something that lots of people are not experiencing. And so because they are not experiencing it, they don't develop their purpose. And for those who might get the opportunity to experience it, maybe you've never been in an environment where people actually respect you, actually honor you, actually love you. And so that's something that we all have to adjust to. And my last point on this is this. If you look in the society that we live in, and this is just a real world analysis, a lot of the things that are being done outwardly, physically, are done by men. And so it's not that women cannot do some of those things, because they can. It's just that their nature doesn't want to do them. If you go to a construction site, you're going to see way more men than you see women. It just happens. If you go to a midwifery clinic, you're going to see way more women than you see men. It's just nature operating. But I want to say this to women, that because that reality is present where men are dominant in the field of production, it does not mean that what you do is less significant, to the point where you start to desire to be a man. And this comes out in many different ways. the subtle aspects of the importance of the feminine are so gigantic, but ignored. Being a mother, being a teacher, all right, being a healer, being a midwife, a nurse, whatever it is that you're doing, it holds super weight, because if those things are in alignment in a society, village, jurisdiction, you're going to see the people better. You can't get better people without better womb, handling of the womb. And so having a womb tells you a part of what your purpose is. You can ignore it all you want. Nature does not care if you want to be stupid. If nature gives you a womb, it's with the intent for you to use it and use it properly. We are confusing the power of choice with the ability to violate nature's laws. Choice proves, the level of choice that we have as humans proves who we are. We're deities. The level of choice that we have. But that openness of choice does not mean that all of your experimenting with those choices will come out to purpose and success. There is a methodology that you would want to use to be successful in life, and you have to experiment with that to the best of your ability. You might not grow up in a family where that is present, so you might have to end up engineering that as an adult. That's really hard. I've done it, but that's what purpose and development is all about. It's about getting through difficulty or challenges or obstacles that refine skill sets and attributes in people. And so I just want to say this to anybody in the world listening. You will be happy when you work diligently with the right systems on your purpose. You will be happy. You will be an asset to humanity. If you are not doing that, you will be a liability to yourself and others. And that is going to bring less success and more stress. So, patience, breathing, health, discipline, getting your temple in shape will guide you into the realm of developing your purpose, refining it, and living a good life. Peace.